Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while, but good thing is not much has happened in the world of Warcraft, has it?
What up, BlizzCon? Holy smokes!
Oh, yeah. Let's get into it. So straight off the bat, Blizzard have announced not just the next expansion, but the next 3 expansions that we're going to be receiving. And I will say, thank God. Blizzard, thank you for finally doing something I wished you had done a long time ago, which is copied the story arc structure from Final Fantasy. Tell a continued story over a number of expansions. Give me the opportunity to let that story really come to life. Let us win. Let us lose. The best stories, after all, in fantasy follow that hero's arc, the call to adventure, the reason we need to go somewhere, the rise, believing in ourselves, the fact we're finally gaining these powers, we're becoming the hero we could always be, and then the inevitable collapse, because of betrayal or wherever it may be, we're at our lowest point, and then we rise from that lowest point to be triumphant once again and vanquish the final foe. In WoW, we generally have the call to adventure. Hero, this is the worst threat we've ever faced. You must defeat it. We defeat it. And then, hero, that threat over there is far worse than the one you just faced, even though that one I told you was the one that would end everything. But this one could end everything plus 1. Yeah, doesn't exactly get the juices flowing. Now, speaking of the next one, this is where we may hit the biggest issue with The War Within, at least. The fact that it is very similar to what we've had previously. It is Dragonflight in all but name. It is the same old, same old. Now, I know at this point, as a YouTuber, what I should be doing is either or I should be doing this. Yeah, and gushing about how great The War Within is, the fact I've never seen anything better. This is the greatest game that will ever come out, ever. You don't understand how much I've needed this in my life. My life is without meaning unless I have The War Within. Yeah, trying to be level-headed on YouTube and be open to Discord from both sides is boring, says YouTube, and nobody wants to watch it. But here we are, and you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to try and do. Not much in the way of new is coming to The War Within. Sure, we have the Delves, the new open world alternative to traditional endgame content. That's great to me. It gives people that really love doing open world stuff the chance to be able to push themselves a little bit. I know a lot of players that don't have time to raid, and they don't want to do M+. But they still want something that just gives them a little bit of a challenge. Now, Blizzard have said they've learned from Islands, from Torghast, so yeah, you've had a lot of time to learn. So I guess we will see if that's actually true. If this is going to be something separate, something that can be done on its own. I'm hoping that, yeah, okay, first couple of weeks, we're all going to be doing these delves. We're all going to want the gear. We're going to want to try and get ready for M+. We're going to try and get ready for raid as quick as possible. But once that happens, once we're at a decent item level, do we still need to go back and do these delves? Are they still going to be beneficial to us? Can we just do them as something that's catch-up? Will it literally be a separate pillar? Can I do either my raiding, my M+, or my PvP, or my delve? Or just pick and choose what I like out of that? But realistically, and I could sit here and talk about delves for ages, that's it. That's the thing that separates The War Within with Dragonflight in terms of our gameplay experience. And the funny thing is, when I went to log in, I had a bit of a deja vu moment, because Modern Warfare 3, and I don't really follow Call of Duty, but suddenly Modern Warfare 3 came up on my screen. Do you want to pre-order? Do you want to have this? And I was like, no, thank you, been there, done that. But it did get me thinking of the OG version of Modern Warfare 3, which came out, God, moons ago now, and it makes me feel very old.
Tell me about it. I'm in my prime here.
But Modern Warfare 3, back in the day, was a reskinned version of Modern Warfare 2 with a few new bells and whistles, but not much. And I remember at the time, I think it was Hutch, of all people. Wow, there's a blast from the past for those that remember it. And Hutch came out and said, after playing Modern Warfare 3, it's a fine game. It's not great, it's not dire, but it's Modern Warfare 2.5, and I don't know if that's enough for players. And really, that's where we are with Dragonflight going into the War Within. The War Within is Dragonflight 2.5. Now, personally, I'm actually more than happy with the announcement that War Within will be Dragonflight 2.5, because I like what they've done under the hood. It's the quality of life things that matter most to me. Sure, I'm not sat here excited. I'm not sat here screaming like a little girl going, oh my god, I can't wait for X new feature. I've been there, I've done that. I was excited for Islands, I was excited for Torghast, I was excited to see what Warfronts would be like, and so on and so forth. And eventually it's all crushingly disappointing, and it's either something we have to do, or something that we never do. So when I see things like Warband come along, and everything that means to our characters, the fact they're all going to be linked, gold, reputation, achievements, banks, bank space being linked, basically every player in the game is going to have their own guild bank to have access to. For me, that is better than any feature that they will bring in for one expansion and it will then disappear. Let's look at it like a car. WoW has good looks. It's a nice looking car. The art team always do an amazing job. That's never in doubt. But it's got to the point now where every morning I've got to go out and mess about with the spark plugs, or I've got to hand crank it to start. The seats are lumpy, and I have to go and get third-party seat covers to make them look nice. I love this car, don't get me wrong, but it's just starting to show its age. And what I love is the fact that Blizzard now are going to come in, and they're going to say, okay, look, we're not going to do a new car. But what we are going to do is we're going to recool your car, and we're going to fix all the little annoying things. We're going to make sure that the heaters work. We're going to make sure you have a comfy seat to sit on. We're going to make sure that you don't need to get out in the cold. The car's just going to start. We're going to make sure all those things that you want are going to work. Before we start adding new crazy bells and whistles on, we're going to make sure the foundation is solid. That the foundation is right. And I'm cool with that. Get the foundation as good as you can. Get the story pillar. Good. You've got Metzen back. The story is looking good. You've got a good structure over a couple of expansions. I'm good with that. Now get the things under the hood sorted, which is what you now look like you're doing. Get all of those things right. You're going to allow us to finally cross-realm guild with our friends. That is massive. Hopefully that'll mean more people joining guilds, which should mean a better experience in all things. People can raid, not in pugs. People can do M+. Not in pugs. They can start doing this with new friends and with old friends that have spread far and wide. This is fantastic. This is all good stuff. Then, later on, you can try whatever the hell it is you want to try in War Within. You can add new features, you can add new gameplay stuff, but right now, what you're doing is the right thing if you want another, supposedly, 10, 20, 30 years of World of Warcraft. Now, as for the 3-day early access and the beta, if you pay for the Epic Edition, yeah, you're not slipping that one past us, Blizz. We will be talking about that in the next video. And for those of you wondering, Grim, you back full time?
But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
For those of you that have stuck around and stayed subscribed, I thank you. I know I've been gone for a decent amount of time, especially in YouTube terms. But thank you for watching. Stay safe. And I'll catch you all in the next video. Ladies, everyone.